Breaking news this morning, a silent killer at an upscale mall. The manager of this restaurant is dead and dozens are sent to the hospital, including some of the first responders who arrived to help people. Officials believe this is a case of carbon monoxide poisoning, and ABC's Mara Schiavocampo is on the scene in Huntington Station, New York. Mara, good morning.
Dan, good morning. It all happened here at the Legal Seafoods at this mall. Police first got a call that someone had passed out yesterday evening around 6 p.m. just as the restaurant was beginning to see its dinner crowd. And when first responders arrived, they started feeling ill too, overcome by a colorless, odorless poison. This morning, a New York restaurant's heating equipment is believed to be the cause of a carbon monoxide leak that killed one and injured 27 others, according to Suffolk police.
They were just trying to get everybody out as fast as they could.
Officials say Legal Seafoods, along with two nearby busy restaurants at the Walt Whitman Mall, was evacuated when emergency workers responding to a fallen worker at Legal Seafoods began to feel ill and lightheaded.
The original call was that a woman had fallen and had a head injury. That's possibly as a result of the carbon monoxide.
It was during the evacuation that police found 55-year-old Stephen Nelson, a manager at Legal Seafoods, unconscious in the basement. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
When I came out, there was just a whole bunch of ambulances everywhere.
7 rescue workers were among those treated for exposure to the odorless, deadly gas. But police say other survivors are all staff members. The leak confined to the building's basement.
It does not appear at the moment to have made it into the area of the restaurant where the customers were.
Legal Seafoods declined to comment, but overnight the company posted this message on its Twitter account. "We are profoundly saddened to learn of the tragic death of our general manager, Steve Nelson. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family." And this morning, there's a sign here on the door of Legal Seafoods declaring the building condemned and closed to the public. And most of those who got sick were treated at area hospitals and have been released. Dan?
Mara, thank you. For more on the dangers of carbon monoxide poisoning, let's bring in ABC's chief health and medical editor, Dr. Rich Besser. Rich, good morning. Are cases of mass poisonings like this rare?
They are rare. I mean, they've been reported. We've seen them in malls, in churches, even in a hockey rink. But it tends to occur wherever there's a machine that's burning fuel, gasoline, propane, kerosene, and it builds up. Most likely that's in the home where people are using generators when the power goes out. But 15,000 people every year go to the ER, and there are hundreds of people who die from carbon monoxide poisoning.
15,000. All right. So what are the signs we should look for?
Well, you have to be careful. You know, using a detector is the way to go because this is colorless, odorless, tasteless, doesn't irritate. The symptoms can feel like the flu. You can have headache, muscle ache, body ache, nausea, dizziness. But once it builds up to very dangerous levels, mental confusion, vomiting, loss of muscle coordination, loss of consciousness, and death. But detecting it with a detector is critical because once these things come on, it's often too late. If you get to the ER right away, they give you oxygen, it saves your life.